Hey guys, in this Street Smarts episode, I actually went to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers at Clarks Hill Lake and was actually there doing a self-defense workshop for the forest rangers and staff at the facility. So in this episode, we're going to be covering things that are very important for keeping you safe, including improvised weapons. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. I think that firearms are the things to watch out for, so they look for those things. But in many scenarios, there's been so many studies and statistics that just this one item right here can be way more effective than a firearm. Okay? And because knives are easily accessible, you can pick them up from pretty much anywhere. It doesn't take a strong weapon or a sharp weapon, it just takes a point. So you want to be able to provide some distance between you and your potential attacker. Also, let's say they don't have a knife, they don't have something that's sharp or something they're going to hurt you with. Let's just say that they're just coming at you. By the time someone is running forward at you, there is no way that you can back up at the same speed. It's just physically impossible. So what you want to be able to do is you don't want to have a situation where you have 4 people running at you. You want to have a situation at least where you can make them be in a straight line or some kind of line format, because then it's easier to start working your way through the people and getting away. There's not much that you can do to think logically in that moment. You have to do it before you get to that moment. So as you're approaching a situation, start thinking about a couple of things. One, what's your exit strategy? You come up to a situation, you're viewing these different people, whatever the situation is that you're being called out there for. How fast can you get back to your vehicle? Is there anything blocking your vehicle? Where you parked your vehicle, are you going to be able to easily access the door, get back inside? Do you have your keys with you? Is there anything on you that you can use as a weapon? You know, if you have a pocket knife, can you easily access that pocket knife, or is it in one of your other pockets that's too far down? Some people like to carry weapons on their feet, their ankles. That's great if you've been trained on how to retrieve that weapon. It does you no good to have something on your ankle and be like, wait, let me get this out. If you've been trained on how to do that, and that's not what I'm here to do today, that's great. You have something on you. If you've been trained in any scenario to use any other kind of weapon that you have on you, that's awesome as well. So any kind of self-defense that you can do, any kind of training that you can do in advance will be helpful to you. Does anybody have a pen on them? Do you carry a pen? Keys. Somebody have keys? Flashlights? Do you guys carry flashlights, or do you have them in your vehicle?
Have them in the vehicle.
Have them in the vehicle. Do any of y'all carry pocket knives or anything like that with you? Yes? Okay. You obviously know that you have knives, different things, pocket knives that you can have. If you are even thinking in your head, okay, I may potentially use this as a self-defense weapon and not just a tool, because you use knives, pocket knives for tools. If you're thinking about that, one of the things that you have to start practicing is drawing your weapon. That seems kind of weird to think about drawing your weapon. If you're learning how to draw your knife, you can't, in the self-defense situation, you have to understand this. You're going to have a ton of adrenaline flowing through your body. When you have adrenaline, different people react different ways, but one of the things that happens is people tend to get really shaky. When you're trying to get really shaky, this is what it's going to look like. And by the time that's happened, not only have you given away the fact that you have a weapon, you've also allowed this person who's already escalated this to a level where you felt like you should pull out a weapon to save your life at the expense of possibly injuring them or taking their life. Let's realize what this level is. This is a life and death scenario. So I don't know about y'all, but I would be really nervous if that's the case. If you haven't practiced a million times, coming here, opening the weapon, does your blade even open all the way? Are you able to just flick it out easy? If you haven't done that and it's become second nature, don't even think that you're gonna have the wherewithal to pull it out. Does that make sense? Like taking that weapon out and then trying to open it. Once it's open, if it falls on the ground, someone else can pick it up and use it, or you can get it taken away from you and it can be used against you as well. The things that I like that are very super practical are what you guys were pulling out earlier. Your pens, your keys. They don't seem like they're weapons, but they are. So I do need another volunteer for this. I promise I'm not gonna hurt anybody. I just need you to stand. I just need you to stand because we're gonna go over some things. Okay, cool. You have a pen. The cool thing about a pen is it's a blunt instrument. Okay, you can use it in a couple of different ways. You think, well, how would I use a pen? The easiest way is to grab it just like this. Make sure that the end is sticking out here. Then the most important thing is to know in a self-defense scenario where you would use this. What are the things that you would want to do? If I'm in a situation here, we've already closed the distance. I have a pen, I'm close to you, right? There's some immediate things that you can aim for right away. Obviously is the eyes. He has glasses on. That's not gonna help me. That's just gonna smash his glasses. They have sunglasses on. That's not gonna help you. That's just gonna hit their glasses. So some other areas that are some soft tissue areas that it really hurts and is a really great distraction is to take the pin and hit here, right under the ear, on either side, right here. By hitting here, not only are you gonna take your whole entire forearm and smash it against the neck, which if you're trying to knock someone out or at least get their knees a little wobbly, it's a really great idea to hit someone right square in the neck. What happens is the blood flow to the brain slows down just for a split second. But the really cool thing is your body is not designed to function without blood flow to the brain. So you only need a split second. So taking that forearm, smashing it here, that's great. Also to the front of the throat is also really good if you're in a scenario here and you can take this and smash to the front of the throat. We want to try to take something like this. This is not very durable unless you have like a metal pen or something. This is not super durable. Once you use it a couple of times, it's breaking in your hand. You gotta understand that. But we wanna take our shots and we wanna make sure that we have the best scenarios possible. So I'm taking it here, taking it here. Other situations, you're probably not gonna think about this as you're in the fight, but is to take also the pen, if their arms were up, like if he was grabbing me with his hand, he's here, he's grabbing me, is I can take this pen and I can go underneath his armpit right here. There's a lot of nerve centers. They're right under your armpit that you wouldn't think about, but will stop someone from choking you, pushing you against something, just jamming it right underneath their armpit. That hurts really bad. Thank you. If you have a key in your hand, you might have just got out of your vehicle. One of the simplest things to do is keep your keys in your hand. Just don't put them back in your pockets. Just keep your keys in your hand. One of the things that I like to do is take my key and I'll just grab it here. So now what I've done is I have something that I can stab with. The really good thing about a key is it's designed to be durable. So if you've got a car key, not necessarily saying this kind of key. If you've got a car key, with some of our vehicles now are the ones where you push them to start. So you want to have something, even if you just keep a spare key, you don't ever use it, just have something that you can keep on you that's easy to make a fist around so you can use this key. Once again, you've got those vital areas, but the other thing about this is sharp, so it's also going to allow you to cut or stab. So you've still got those same areas, the throat, you've got the armpit, the body, but you've also got where you can hit right in the abdomen as well and hit that soft tissue. So putting it here. This I like because it's a very natural motion. Most of us at some point have balled our fist up and tried to hit someone or something. So this is a natural reaction, is to ball your fists up or to have your hands up. And by having this in this position, it allows you to attack or even swipe across. If you have a bunch of keys and they're free-floating keys or whatever, you can keep them in your hand and you can swipe them across someone's face very easily. Remember, the goal is not to win. We're not trying to knock them out, get them on the ground, pen their arm behind their back. The goal is to get in your vehicle and get away. All you need is a distraction that's going to distract them with enough pain to allow you to get away. With the phone in your hand, one of the best scenarios is if you're in a close range situation is to take the edge of the phone and jam it straight into the person's throat. So if you're here, you've got the phone, hey, I don't want any problems, I don't want any trouble, is to go right here to the throat. It's a blunt instrument. It's not something they're expecting, but it is something that's going to cause that airway to just cease just for a second for your distraction so you can exit. Hopefully you really enjoyed this episode. If you did, if you got anything out of this, please like and most importantly comment. So many of you guys are watching this, but you're not commenting. Comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you want to see. And most importantly, on our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to get more important Street Smart episodes to keep you safe on the streets.